Perhaps not everyone's top travel choice is Eastern Europe. Communist-era structures, the conflicts of the 1990s, and recent border disputes have caused much of the region to be overlooked by potential tourists, despite its patchwork of charming old towns painted in pastel hues, amazing ancient history, vibrant nightlife, and natural beauty from expansive lakes to swooping mountains. Welcome to Around the World. Today, we'll be looking at the best places to visit in Eastern Europe. Are you a fan of our channel? Be sure to subscribe to Around the World and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Number 25. Vilnius. The capital of Lithuania is Vilnius, which has a particularly lovely old town. Along its cobblestone streets, the city center is home to Baroque architecture, but there is more to see than just the Baroque. There is also the Gothic St. Anne's Church, the 16th century Gate of Dawn, and the neoclassical Vilnius Cathedral. Vilnius also has a variety of bars and cafes that are tucked away in cute alleyways and eerie courtyards with a lot of students. Vilnius comes alive at night, complete with live music and a flowing beer. Number 24. Minsk. The capital of Belarus, Minsk, was largely devastated during World War II, leaving the city with few remaining historical structures or monuments. Given this, it should be noted that a large portion of Minsk is actually made up of Stalinist buildings, including Independence Square, the vast former KGB headquarters, and more recent, but as spectacular churches. Minsk is a sophisticated city today with relaxing cafes. Along with the coffee, restaurants serving cuisine from around the world, and intriguing art galleries. Number 23. The High Tetras. The tallest range in the Carpathian Mountains is this group of mountains that borders northern Slovakia. The tallest mountain, Mount Kriven, is a representation of Slovak patriotism. This stunning area, which is a terrific spot to hike, attracted many of its countrymen to ascend to the summit with its more than 100 emerald lakes, flowing waterfalls, and alpine meadows. Number 22. Sofia. It's the capital of Bulgaria. It has drawn conquerors and settlers alike over the past 2,000 years because it serves as a sort of crossroads for Europe. Its architecture and landmarks, which include Ottoman mosques, Greek temples, Roman ruins, and Soviet monuments, illustrate the history of the area. Sofia is a remarkably young-looking city despite its age, with a relaxed vibe where residents enjoy unwinding in lush gardens and strolling along the boulevard. You can explore several museums, but the nightlife is thriving with a wide variety of restaurants and nightclubs. Number 21. Butrint National Park. Butrint National Park is located directly across from the Sea of Corfu in the southern part of Albania, a little-explored Balkan enigma. There are lakes, marshes, grassy plains, wetlands, and even archaeological sites, basically everything you might want in a national park. These consist of the actual Butrint location. Plenty of historic buildings, including a Roman theater from the 1st century AD in a Greek acropolis. This park has secluded rocky islands, one of which has a Venetian fortification from the 15th century. Number 20. Český Krumlov. Český Krumlov is located in the South Bohemia area of the Czech Republic. This city is incredibly lovely. Picture lush rolling hills flanking the Vltava River, the charming riverside, and orange-tiled houses. Český Krumlov, which consists of Renaissance and Baroque architecture, is dominated by a massive castle from the 13th century. Due to its inherent charm and beauty, it is a town that should not be overlooked. Come in the summer and remain until the sun sets to see how the bustling city comes to life with bars and eateries. Number 19. Golden Ring. Several old Russian cities are located in this sizable region northeast of Moscow. Due to their importance in the early history of Russia and the Rus tribe who formed it, the medieval towns that make up a golden ring have been dubbed open-air museums. This area is special to visit because of the picturesque countryside that is home to cherry orchards, cozy cottages, onion-shaped domes, and landmark churches that house some of the nation's oldest works of art. Number 18. Warsaw. War and strife have frequently characterized the long and complicated history of Warsaw, the capital of Poland. Despite suffering significant damage during World War II, it has been painstakingly restored to its previous medieval splendor. Townhouses in vibrant colors make for a charming area to stroll through. Discover trendy cafes and bars among the city's eclectic collection of buildings. There are many outdoor areas to enjoy, and there are several restaurants, making it a great place for foodies. Number 17. Lake Balaton. The popular vacation spot of Lake Balaton, located in western Hungary, is surrounded by picturesque beaches and resort towns that are bordered by volcanic hills. It is regarded as the Hungarian interseed and is the biggest lake in Eastern Europe. A medieval stronghold and the nearby medieval village can be found on the northern shoreline. You'll be glad to know that Lake Balaton is well known for its vineyards, which are scattered throughout the hills around if you enjoy wine. Summertime is a good time for sailing and windsurfing. Number 16. Mostar. The medieval bridge in Mostar, Bosnia and Herzegovina that spans the Neretva River is a prominent landmark. In fact, the word Mostar itself stems from the word Mostari, which means bridge keeper. The bridge was constructed in 1556 on the instructions of the invading Ottomans and was demolished by Croat forces in 1993 during the Balkan Wars, 427 years later. Even though it's easily accessible as a day trip from nearby Croatia, staying overnight is the best way to make the most of your trip. As the day trippers gradually disperse, the restaurants along the cobblestone streets above the river begin to light up. Number 15. Riga. The capital of Latvia, located on the Baltic Sea, is a fusion of traditional and modern lifestyles. It's a vibrant location where cobblestone streets and culture coexist. You can anticipate complex Art Nouveau architecture blending with Gothic spires in the city's lovely old town, as well as a bustling central market where you can delve into the city's culinary pleasures for an exhilarating city feel. When night falls and the fun starts, sip on a refreshing cocktail or a local beer in one of the many pubs. Number 14. Lake Orie. Lake Orie, which spans the borders of Macedonia and Albania, receives 2 honors from nature. It is one of the oldest and deepest lakes in Europe. Macedonia contains the majority of the lake, giving it the ideal location from which to view the spectacle. For instance, the old town of Orie itself is a labyrinth of winding cobblestone streets filled with historic buildings. The Sveti Monastery, which is located further south and around the lake, was built in 905 AD and is a gorgeous structure with breathtaking views of the mountains and lake. Number 13. Plitvice Lake National Park. The 16 terraced lakes that make up the Plitvice Lakes National Park, located in central Croatia, are connected by waterfalls that plunge into a limestone canyon. Adventurers who appreciate hiking through breathtaking surroundings will find this delightful place to be their playground. Expect boardwalks and hiking routes that loop around the varied and through limestone cliffs and rock formations. Because each lake has a varied mineral composition, the color of the lake's waters varies. It is understandable why this magnificent region was selected to serve as Croatia's first national park. Number 12. Belgrade. Belgrade, the capital of Serbia, has a lengthy history that includes the Romans, Slavic tribes, Ottomans, and Habsburg royals. It was a proud, brash metropolis that served as Yugoslavia's capital for the last few decades. With Soviet-era blocks next to Art Nouveau structures from the heyday, Belgrade has an eclectic spirit all its own. It's also a fun location to be and one of Eastern Europe's coolest capitals. Spend some time drinking coffee at oddball cafes, strolling down the BLVD, and then visit one of the crowded bars in the Riverside neighborhood. Number 11. Kiev. The capital city of Ukraine is a fascinating location that is alive, historic, and atmospheric. Kiev, one of Eastern Europe's oldest towns, was the administrative seat of the Kievan Rus Federation and was founded in the 5th century AD. The Petros complex, a significant Orthodox Christian church, and the St. Sofia Cathedral, with its stunning interiors and golden dome, are only a few locations where history can be submitted. The Homeland Monument is a bizarre Soviet marble in concrete elsewhere. Number 10. Lake Bled. In the Julian Alps in Slovenia's northwest is the magnificent Lake Bled. One of Eastern Europe's most breathtaking natural wonders, this sparkling body of water has the appearance of a mirror, and it is surrounded by mountains with snow-capped peaks and tree-covered hills. The Bled Island in the lake's middle is accessible by traditional wooden boats called platna, and there are a number of hiking trails circling the lake that meander in and out of the woodlands communities. It's common to base yourself in the town of Bled while exploring the lake. Number 9. Budapest. Its Danube runs through it, spanning. The bustling capital of Hungary is becoming a more well-liked travel destination and offers all a city could possibly offer. From Baroque and Neoclassical to Art Nouveau, Budapest has some beautiful architecture on display. The stately Fisherman's Bastion and the sizable Parliament building are just two of the city's many attractions. Enjoy Margaret Island's popular thermal baths, spend an evening at the opera, and hop between the iconic abandoned bars. Number 8. Bay of Kotor. The harbor of Kotor is a vast bay in the eastern Adriatic Sea that is located in southwest Montenegro. It's a stunning location surrounded by craggy green hills and medieval settlements with red-roofed homes spilling down to the sea. The area is rich in amazing views, from ancient citadels to islands topped with monasteries, and is best explored by automobiles along its meandering roads. The landscape can be complemented by seafood and mouth-watering dinners by the sea on a regular basis. Kotor's Old Town, a national treasure encircled by walls and set against a mountain backdrop, is definitely worth using as a base. Number 7. Tallinn. The Old Town in Tallinn, the capital of Estonia, was constructed as a fortification structure in the 14th century. You can feel the history as soon as you enter the amazing medieval defense system. Tallinn city wall still has portions that are walking and have windows through which you can see the picturesque city below. There are other ancient churches, such as St. Paul's Church, which was built in the 1200s. Tallinn also has a hipster side, which is evident in a former industrial neighborhood where chic eateries, cafes, and stores have taken over the abandoned warehouses. Number 6. Transylvania. Transylvania, a region in central Romania, is often associated with Dracula and other vile vampires. Not totally true, as the Carpathian Mountains border with the region's natural splendor is legendary. Traveling to Transylvania is like entering a leisurely medieval world. Between fields and stretches of hills covered with trees, the countryside is full of charming communities and local life. The renowned Brand Castle is among the numerous historic fortifications constructed by German settlers during the Middle Ages. What is commonly referred to as Dracula's Castle is made up of these intimidating spires. Number 5. St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, the former capital of the Russian Empire, serves as the nation's cultural hub. Peter the Great founded it in 1703, and it is the location of opulent imperial structures. Other attractions include the opulent Church of Spilled Blood from the 1880s, the Mariinsky Theater, home to a world-class ballet and opera, and the State Russian Museum. There is an astonishing collection of antiquities to gaze at the Hermitage Museum, which is housed in 6 structures, including the stunning Winter Palace. In addition to having a Baltic coastline, St. Petersburg also has canals. Number 4. Krakow. This historic royal capital is located near the Czech Republic in the southern polar region. Here, you may take in a seductive fusion of contemporary, young nightlife, and medieval architecture. Krakow is famous for more than only its old town, which includes the market square from the 13th century, where you can find the famous Cloth Hall and the majestic heart of the square, the former Jewish neighborhood with all of its synagogues. The atmosphere is depressing, and many visitors come to Krakow to visit Auschwitz, which is a moving but crucial experience. Number 3. Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik, located in southern Croatia on the Adriatic Sea, is well known for its old town. Despite being bombarded in 1991 during the Balkan Wars, this untamed medieval village has been brought back to its former splendor. Enjoy a leisurely afternoon at a street-side restaurant while taking in the magnificence of the city, or stroll through the ancient city walls and be mesmerized by the Baroque structures. The fact that Game of Thrones and Star Wars were filmed in the Old Town has also increased its notoriety, demonstrating what a famous location the Old Walled City is. Number 2. Moscow. The capital city of Russia is a must-see location. The Kremlin, a former castle that is now a presidential complex, Red Square, a representation of Russia's strength, and Lenin's mausoleum, where you can observe the former communist leader lying in state, are all located there. Of course, St. Basil's Cathedral's stunning and vibrant onion domes should not be overlooked too. You may discover more about Moscow by visiting museums like the State Tretiakov Gallery and Pushkin State Museum. The equally legendary Bolshoi Theater is where you can see the famous ballet. Number 1. Prague. Prague has the moniker City of 100 Spires, and it's not entirely inaccurate. Prague's Old Town is awash in Baroque, Gothic, and Renaissance buildings, with tall spires that give the skyline an old-world appearance. Prague, the current capital of the Czech Republic, was formerly the seat of the Kingdom of Bohemia. Many historical landmarks can be found in Prague, including the 9th century Prague Castle, the 14th century Charles Bridge, and the Old Town Square, which is home to the oldest continuously running astronomical clock in the world. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other videos for great travel destinations, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about our latest videos.